This is version 1 of my display unit, which you probably remember, but I changed it to this one. And you remember the problem is that it won't display numbers, it just does blocks and these weird flashing things. So a lot of troubleshooting, I discovered that a problem was with the enable pin and the delays that I needed. And also I needed an extra point of in decade counter so I could use more of the upper bits of the address register. And what I needed was the enable to be live before the pulse went to write the other. So basically, the enable pin needs to be alive only after the data and the EEPROM has been set. So this was what I used, another 555 timer. I put the resistors and a capacitor and an AND gate. And those were the things I showed before. This got it to the point where it would run a cursor across the screen and blank it, which you can't believe how excited I was to get this far, because before it always just been flashing blocks. A little further work allowed me to get numbers, but it only ever showed a 1, which was a problem when the thing was set to 255, but it was only doing, and you can see that the thing is doing the cursor backwards, running from right to left. So it only put ones out and the cursor was going the wrong way. But at least the wiring seemed to be good. Troubleshooting is difficult because I'm using these old EEPROMs which have to be erased by UV light, and I don't have an UV light eraser. What I've been doing is put tinfoil in an old toothpaste germicidal thing so that I can use the UV light from that, and it takes about 6 hours to wipe it. But eventually I got to the point where it was putting the last number of the 255 up, it would write the 5, and I got the cursor going in the correct direction. But what it wasn't doing was putting the entire number, it was only doing the ones place of the number. So more troubleshooting in the software, I eventually got a fire started, which was the 555 timer caught fire, and it all has to be rebuilt on a new set of boards. But after the rebuild and the software changes, I have managed to get it to work. So it now displays properly the numbers, and if I change the bits on the input, it will correctly change it into decimal. So this works. And now the plan is to put this in to my 8-bit CPU, so at least I can see decimal numbers when I want to. I'll probably hook it to the data bus so that I can read the numbers as they come out, rather than just looking at the flashing lights. But I'm so over the moon that this is actually working. You wouldn't believe it. I didn't think I'd ever get this to work, and it's been really difficult.